The fifth generation of video games brought many new things to the industry, particularly the jump from 2D to 3D. And with this, many new types of racing games hit the industry. Some of the greatest racing games of the time coming from either the arcade and or the new sim racer genres. In spring of 1999, Electronic Arts released Sports Car GT for the PS1 and also the PC, and was basically their answer to both Gran Turismo and Top Gear. The version I'll be covering today is the PS1 version, so let us get right to it. Here we are at the menu screen, and if it looks a little bright, I tried to dim it as much as I could. I'll see if I can edit it if I have to. So you have Season Mode, which is basically career mode, Arcade, where you can try out any cars, pretty much any cars that you can unlock in career mode, maybe then some, and even Time Trial Mode, where you can test your luck, see if you can break some records. Anyway, so for Season Mode, you got 4 classes. You get Qualifying, and GTs 1, 2, and 3, or 3, 2, and 1, in ascending order. And while this game does have some cars that you may have heard of, like the Porsche 911 and the BMW M3, there's a lot of cars you may not have heard of, from both European and American makers, including Callaway, Lister, Panos, Mosler, and Vector. Each car having their own strengths and weaknesses in terms of acceleration, top speed, handling, weight, and so on. And much like a lot of other sim racers, you can also modify your car and even tune it with the brakes, suspension, exhaust, engine, transmission, aerodynamics, and even advanced tires. So for arcade mode, as mentioned earlier, you got pretty much every car you can get in the game right from the start. And you got real world locations in arcade mode. And the locations include Sebring International Raceway, Florida, Desert Speedway in Las Vegas, Road Atlanta, Mosport, and even Laguna Seca. And you can even select difficulty based on GT classes. And like in a lot of sim racers, they give you prize cars for winning championships. And they even give you challenge races to unlock new cars exclusive to those challenges. Like here, I'm battling a special edition of the Callaway C7R that I have, and if you're successful, you win the car. Now, this game is not without its challenges. For instance, if there's a car that you're racing against that's a little bit faster than you, you're going to have to outmaneuver them. Depending on what tier you're in, what track you're on, and what you're going up against, some of the other cars, they may be playing hard to get. And yeah, you're going to want to have to outthink them and outmaneuver them. And you got to do it in a way that puts you out in front. But if you can rough it out to the point where you can tune your cars, you're going to really have some fun with Sports Car GT. And like Gran Turismo and Need for Speed, it also has night racing on some tracks. But unlike those two aforementioned, this is where Sports Car GT comes out slightly ahead. The game also has racing in the rain, and furthermore, it also has tires for rain, and every once in a while you even see a lightning flash in the sky. And with the physics and the lightning, and even the tire modifications, to their credit for 1999, they did a pretty good job. And speaking of credits, they did pretty good with graphics and sound. Graphics are somewhere in between Gran Turismo and Need for Speed High Stakes. Soundtrack works, I think. I think my only major complaint with Sports Car GT is that in order to unlock certain cars along the way, they give you 2 choices. Either A, replay the championships over and over again until you have enough money, similar to Need for Speed High Stakes, or B, sell the ones that you don't really need anymore. Other than that, it's a pretty solid game. So overall, I think Sports Car GT is a pretty good PS1 sim racing game, especially if you're into cars that maybe not everybody's heard of. I'd recommend it for racing veterans, as newcomers may have trouble. I know I speak from experience. So anyway, this has been Garrett McCouchy's Cummings in another review.